I don't think Ohtani can be number one. I don't think Ohtani can be number one because he's a pitcher.
I saw this clip on Twitter today because Fuzzy retweeted it, and I really wanted to talk about it because Shohei Ohtani is currently doing one of the most insane things a baseball player has done in a very long time. He's been doing it for a couple of years now, and he's continuing to prove why he should be the MVP of the 2023 season. Now, of course, we're not even halfway through the season. We're getting close there, but I just want to talk about why I think Shohei Ohtani is going to win MVP again. And yes, of course, that clip was at the beginning of the 2023 season, but man, Shohei Ohtani is continuing proved why he can be number one in the league. Shohei Ohtani, as of June 28th, currently has a 1.39 OPS. He has 28 home runs. He is leading the league after just hitting 2 home runs the day before, where he had 10 strikeouts and 2 home runs, only joining 6 players ever to do that in the whole MLB. On top of those 28 home runs, he has 64 RBIs while ranking 15th among 65 qualified pitchers in ERA, accumulating the 3rd most strikeouts, 127, and sporting the lowest batting average, which is 180. Of course, I forgot to mention his ERA. His ERA is currently sitting at a 3.02. Shohei Ohtani, just from stats alone, is showing that he is and will be a really good candidate for the MVP, and who knows, maybe if Shohei Ohtani continues to pitch really well, the dude is gonna win a Cy Young. I mean, if you really think about it, this guy is doing 2 jobs at once, and last year it was a tight race between him and Judge. I of course think if it wasn't for Judge hitting the home run record and beating it pretty much, I think Shohei Ohtani would have walked away with this MVP last year. I think Judge being at the level he was last year is crazy to think about, and Shohei Ohtani being at the level this year right now in this moment is insane to think about. I'm a Yankees fan, and I will proudly say, yeah, Judge probably did win the MVP last year, but I think this season right now, Shohei Ohtani is doing what Judge kind of did last season. He's doing unthinkable things. Shohei Ohtani is the first AL pitcher in nearly 60 years to homer twice and strike out 10 time. The last time this happened was by Cleveland's Pedro Ramos on July 31st, 1963. That game, of course, funny enough, was in a doubleheader against the Angels. Shohei Ohtani is doing magical things day in and day out. On top of all the stats I already listed off, Shohei Ohtani is leading the Angels in runs, hits, home runs, average, OPS, RBI, stolen bases, and so much more. I'm going to put the screenshot up right now, and on top of that, he's also leading the pitching for the Angels. Shohei Ohtani is a one-man team. This guy is doing 2 things at once. He's 2 players in one. He is also, if you do not know, on a 5-game hit streak as a pitcher, a starting pitcher. If you want to see a chart, there's actually one written by Psy.com. I will post on screen right now. Through 71 games, now of course this is a bit different. In Mike Trout's MVP 2018 campaign, Mike Trout was hitting a 323, had 22 home runs, 13 stolen bases, and 3 triples. Shohei Ohtani, through 71 games, has a 301 average, 22 home runs, 10 stolen bases, and 3 triples. And on top of that, he has fewest hits per 9 per inning. This is of all time. Shohei Ohtani is ranked 7th. 5.6. He is with the greats: Justin Verlander, Pedro Martinez, Nolan Ryan, like just a ton of names that you would expect to win Cy Young awards. Now look at it from the hitting side. Mike Trout's 2018 MVP campaign was insane. The dude was hitting in an extreme way, and unfortunately Mookie Betts just played a lot better than him that season, and he walked away with the MVP award. Now some people might argue maybe Mike Trout should have won it, but really consider those stats that I just told you about Mike Trout. Imagine that type of elite hitting with a pitcher that is performing at such a high level Shohei Ohtani is doing. On top of that, Shohei Ohtani is hitting the best he has ever hit in his whole life. He's currently at his peak when it comes to OPS, average, etc. The dude is literally doing it all. His strikeouts per 9 is 12. On top of that, he is leading the league in strikeouts per 9, which is really crazy to think about, that he's leading the league in strikeouts per 9 and still pitching at a really good pace. Because if you think about it, pitchers focus so much on their job that a lot of pitchers just can't hit in general. Also, a lot of pitchers also struggle with consistency. It's a common thing in the sport of baseball, but the pitchers that stay really consistent are the ones that really get paid. And honestly, Shohei Ohtani pitching at this type of level while hitting at a really all-star caliber level is crazy, and I think anyone can agree with me that it's just really amazing to watch when you get to watch him play the sport of baseball. The dude is pitching like an all-star and hitting like an all-star. It's entertaining. I think this is just one of the years that us baseball fans really really gotta cherish, because you never know when the next Shohei Ohtani is gonna walk into the league and shock everyone like he is in this 2023 season. On top of the 2023 season that he is having right now, you gotta also put into perspective, this is a contract year for Shohei Ohtani. So the environment he is really competitive and might be a lot of pressure actually on this guy. This dude is going to make millions and millions of dollars next year, and he has so much pressure on top of him to not mess up. On top of being such a worldwide icon because of the World Baseball Classic, Shohei Ohtani has a lot of eyes watching him, and of course, the dude is just being who he is. He's a great ball player. He's a dude that will go out there and just be your go-to guy. Now, after Ohtani's 2 home run game yesterday and 10 strikeouts, he was informed about what he did and kind of the history of it all, and Shohei Ohtani had this to say about it. "It's always a good feeling to hear that," Ohtani said through his interpreter. "It gives me a lot of motivation to do better." Shohei Ohtani, after having an amazing game last night, is still wanting to be better than what he is today. I think this is just one of the reasons Shohei Ohtani will continue to prove why he will do really well this season, as he already is, and why he will get that MVP at the end of the season. Ohtani will win the MVP this year, and I don't know. I want to know what your guys' opinions are in the comment section down below. I'm going to go look back on this video in a couple months and maybe make a follow-up, because I really think at this moment, Shohei Ohtani is currently walking with the AL MVP, and I don't think anyone could really disagree with me. If you guys have an argument to who will win the AL MVP, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd really love to have this type of conversation with you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. My name's Joe. Have a great day or night when you're watching this. Stay safe. Have a good one. Bye.